Hi, my name is Billy Wingo, and I'm the supervising polygraph examiner here at Phoenix PD. And I'm going to try to tell you a few things about the polygraph. I'm not going to try to make a speech here, but I just got me a few cards to remind myself of some things that I want to go over with you. And everybody at Phoenix PD has to have a polygraph test. Everybody in the state of Arizona has to have a polygraph test. That's why you're having it, because it is a state law. And so I want to give you maybe a few things, a few little thoughts about that may help you a little bit. I've been a polygraph examiner for over 38 years. I've done somewhere over probably in excess of 17,000 polygraphs. Now, I tell you that just to let you know that I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. But all of our examiners do. We have very experienced examiners here. Probably an average of about 25 years in experience. So these people know what they're doing and they know what they're talking about. And here the important thing is we're part of Employment Services Bureau. What does that mean to you? Well, we're trying to hire you. We're part of the hiring process. And that's what we're trying to do, is just get some information together to help us make a good hiring process. And we're in that. And we're in the hiring mood. The Phoenix PD is way understaffed at the moment. So we're trying to hire people, and we want to hire you. We are interested in you, or you wouldn't be to this point. So some things I want to tell you about that maybe will help you a little bit at this point. Now, it's a little intimidating. We know that because we had to take these tests ourselves. We have been in that chair. We have been in the polygraph. And we know that it's a little intimidating. You feel like you're under the gun, and we understand that. We know that. And what I want you to know is that there are no tricks involved. There's no surprises. We're going to go over every single question that you're going to have on the polygraph. And before we do that, we're going to go back over your background screening form. Now, that's very important because this is information that we're using to make that hiring decision I was talking about. And what we're going to do is this. We're going to go over every single item just like your background investigator did. And one of these things that you got to think about is that we're all human beings. We've all done something wrong. Everybody you see out there in a car, everybody you see here in the building, everybody's wearing uniform, everybody's a detective, whatever they're doing, these people have done something wrong in their life. We've all done it, and you come in here, you've got to tell those things, and that's probably the most intimidating part of it, is that we're all people, we're all human beings. We've all messed up. We've all done things wrong. We always have a little bag of secrets that we carry around with us. Some of those things, we wouldn't mind our dad knowing. We don't want mom to know, and vice versa. There's things we might not want our wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend to know that we don't mind our best friend knowing. So there's things we want to keep personal, we want to keep private, and we understand that because, like I said, we had to do these tests ourselves. So here's the thing, and here you got to be truthful. You got to just lay those things out on the table and say, here I am, warts and all, this is me. I'm not a perfect person, but I'm a pretty good person because all we're trying to do is hire good people because we can't hire perfect people. There aren't any. Everybody's done something. And so we can't hire to that standard of perfect people. What are we going to do? We're going to hire good people. And what is that to us? People who will tell the truth about themselves. Now, what that basically boils down to is trustworthiness. If you're not going to come into our office today and be truthful about yourself, are we going to trust you out there tomorrow with a badge and a gun and our uniform and the power and the responsibility that goes along with that? No, we're not going to do it. Think about this yourself. When you see police officers out there, would you want somebody protecting you and your property and your family that you can't trust? that came in and tried to lie to us, tried to get by the test. No, you don't want people like that out there. So we're just trying to hire good people. So when I say honest people, let me say this, because here's the thing: stupid stuff. We've all done stupid stuff. We've been young and stupid. We hang out with the wrong crowd at some point. We got bad advice at some point. That's just being a human being. But what drives us crazy as polygraph examiners is that we talk about all these things. We go through your background. You've gone through your background. You were with your background investigator. You come to us. We go all the way through the whole background form again, go through every question on there, and we feel like everything is good. You're in the right frame of mind to pass this test, and then you fail the test. And then we say, what's on your mind? What was bothering you? What were you thinking about? And you tell us something stupid. So something I call stupid is something that would not have kept you from getting this job, but failing the test will keep you from getting this job. We're not the moral police. We're not the moral police. Keep that in mind. We're not looking down our nose at anybody for anything because we're all human beings, as I've said before. So you got to tell those little things, though. If you keep something in your mind, when you get in the middle of the test, you know that thing is bugging you. It's in your mind. You're going to fail the test. Just clear your mind, answer the questions, tell what's on your mind. You got questions about something that's on the test. You don't understand exactly what it's asking. Well, ask the question yourself. Are you talking about this? Are you talking about this? We're talking about this. Okay, I've never done that. Fine. Okay. Or I did this one time. Okay, now you're okay. Now, the way our memory works is this. You hear the same question you heard a few days ago or a few weeks ago, you may think of something different. You do one of those, I can't believe I forgot that kind of things. Well, when you do that, tell us what that is. Say, hey, I just thought about this. If you think about things between the time you take your background, go over the background with your background investigator, and then you come to us, send your background investigator an email. Call them up. Say, hey, I thought about this the other day. Give them a heads up on what's happening, on what's in your mind. And if you don't do that, when you get to the polygraph room, be sure and tell us about what's on your mind and what you've thought of since the test. If you're completely honest on the test, you're going to pass the test. And that's really the bottom line of things. Honesty. You got to be honest about it. Like I said, we're trying to hire good people. We can't hire perfect people. We can hire honest people. Trustworthiness. If you come in today and you're honest with us, we're going to trust you out there tomorrow. And if you're not, as I said, we can't. Now, listen to your examiner. As polygraph examiners, our job is to get you through the polygraph. We're trying to hire people. Like I said, we're interested in you, or you wouldn't be to this point. Lots of people don't get to this point. Understand that when you get to the point of doing the polygraph test, we are interested in hiring you. And the only person that can really mess that up is you. So listen to the examiner. He's going to explain the test to you. You haven't had a test before, you don't know anything about it. He's going to tell you about the instrument. He's going to tell you about the test. He's going to go over the questions with you. There's no surprises. There's no tricks. He's going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. And if you listen to him, if you follow his instructions, you will pass this test. That I promise you. Now, let's say something about the internet. Hate to bring that up. The internet, YouTube, Google. Everybody's got smartphones now. Everybody's got computers at home. They got computers at work, and you're told you're going to take a polygraph test. What's the first thing you're going to do? Grab the phone, look at it, and say, oh, polygraph. How do I take a polygraph test? Just type in the word polygraph. Just whatever you're going to do. I mean, most of us are going to look at the YouTube and say, you know, what's a polygraph? How does a polygraph work? You do it on Google. You're looking on the internet. Well, here's the bad thing. There are lots of really bad sites on the internet about the polygraph. Why is that? Because it's people that have taken the polygraph for jobs, for government clearances and things like that, and they're just bitter about it. They're telling you the polygraph doesn't work. The polygraph, you've got to cheat it. You've got to cheat the polygraph to pass the polygraph. Now, what kind of sense does that make? And they tell you it doesn't work. We've been using it for about 75 years now. Would we do something for 75 years that didn't work? Would I do something for 38 years that doesn't work? No, I'm not quite that stupid, okay? I got better things to do. So we're doing a process that works. It hasn't changed in all these years because if it's not broke, don't fix it, and it works. So on the internet, they're telling you things, you got to do this to pass the test. You got to do this to pass the test. You can't pass the test unless you do this. They're telling you all kind of tricks. They're telling you all kind of things to do. Please don't listen to it. Please don't listen to it. Listen to your polygraph examiner because his job is to get you through the polygraph, to get you to that next step. That's our job. That's what we're trying to do. Now, here's the thing. If you are so nervous that you just can't get through the polygraph, if you think of things that messes you up in the polygraph, you come up with things, say, hey, I thought about this right at the end of the polygraph, and now I failed the polygraph. You're probably going to get a chance to come back. You have an incomplete test, an inconclusive test. You're going to get a chance to come back. If you're caught trying to cheat the test, if you're using things to do that they've told you on the internet that's going to help you get past the test, we're going to know that. And you're going to be banned forever in the state of Arizona. Nobody's going to want to talk to you if you do that at Phoenix Polygraph Test. So, it's like a death sentence. What are you going to do with your criminal justice career if you want to live in Arizona and you've been caught trying to cheat on a polygraph? It's going to cost you. Don't do that. Just listen to your polygraph examiner. Now, that's bad advice, bad info on the internet. Try not to pay any attention to that. Now, let me say this. If I made this sound hard, it's not hard. Look, all these people you see out there in the cars, in the police cars, you see all these people in the building working, including myself. We've all taken this test. We've all passed this test, or we wouldn't be here. So you can pass this test. The only person that can fail this test is you. And the only person that can pass this test is you. That's up to you. If you listen to the examiner, if you tell the truth, you will pass the test. And that I can promise you, and we will give you a shot to do that. That's what we're there for. Just listen to us. We'll get you through the test. Thanks a lot, and good luck on your endeavors to be a Phoenix police officer.